Hey,
Oh,
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, cool deal. So what you been up to, buddy?
Uh, well, basically completing the game over and over again, trying to get little achievements and challenges completed.
Nice. Well, I guess we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. Hold on. I think. See, I'm parked in a parking lot while we're recording this right now, and there is a homeless man circling the car.
He smells the fear.
if if he starts speaking anything remotely close to what I heard Resident Evil 4, I'm hauling it.
You're suddenly
Uh,
gonna hear that's the imbecile.
yep, that's exactly. And then what's gonna happen next is there's gonna be some screech marks in the parking lot. So if y'all hear me throw it in reverse, mind your own business.
Oh, that just reminded me of long time ago playing sardines when they got one of the car alarms started. The horse here.
Oh yeah, from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah,
Oh man, good times.
great
Do
times.
you think that now that Valve announced a sequel to Counter Strike that we might get a sequel to other things?
Uh maybe I really don't know because I
Yeah,
don't know.
whenever they. Oh, good.
Some game companies are so uptight about making sequels to games.
Yeah, and I never thought I would see a day where they put out another Counter Strike.
I mean,
Uh,
that is
you know
fair.
they had Counter Strike Go, but whenever the round started coming around where it was saying Counter Strike 2 announced, I was like, no, it wasn't. You're lying. And then I saw that they really did announce Counter Strike 2.
Yeah,
But
world surprising sometimes.
yeah, but anyway, today we last week we did our first impressions, and now how many times have you been in the game? Have you beaten it a second time yet?
I'm on my fourth playthrough.
Jesus.
Well, to
Okay,
be
so Lee,
fair, last one I unlocked infinite rocket launchers, so it's just been missiles, 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 missiles.
Code Veronica.
Yeah, except I unlocked it fairly.
Well, so we did our first impressions last week. Uh, we have both beaten it at least once. Uh, and by at least I mean I've only beaten it once. So today we're going to do our review of Resident Evil 4 Remake, and if you don't want spoilers, this is your chance to get out. This is your one chance because we're gonna talk a lot about what we thought about certain changes, stuff like that. So we're just gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Snape dies at the end.
No, not wait. Did you say Snape or Snake?
Snape.
Either way, no. Man, when Dumbledore showed up and killed Salazar, I didn't expect that to happen.
It's
I
a
said
weird
Salazar.
game,
I meant
man.
Sadler. I meant Sadler, not Salazar.
It's a weird game, man.
Yeah, when when the Mandalorian showed up, I was not expecting that little change to happen.
I know. Like
But
you never expected to be saved by Darth Vader himself afterwards.
yeah, when Leon took Excalibur out of the stone, wow, what a real change.
I know.
But anyway, so I'm gonna let you go first. What did you think of the remake?
I'm I loved it. I honestly did. It's amazing. Um love the throwbacks. I do miss that I do feel a little sad that they took away one of the boss fights.
Are you talking about? I think it's the U3 fight on the island.
Yeah, U3. And they mention it too, which is weird.
Where did they mention it? Was it just like a paper you can find?
Yeah, in one of the papers.
Yeah, and honestly, when I replayed the original Resident Evil 4 not that long ago, I didn't even get that far. So when you had mentioned in our chat a few days ago that you had missed the boss fight, I was like, I don't know what boss fight he's missing because I I mean I've gone through all the fights that I remember. I'd completely forgotten about U3 or whatever his name was. It U3? Is that his name?
Yeah, U3.
Yeah, I didn't like I didn't even remember him as a boss fight until I found an article. It was like, here are all the changes in Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I know. Like, I know that's not a very loved boss fight since you have to do like a lot of random stuff before you actually get to fight him. But I kind of liked it. I like the little running under pressure.
yeah, and uh I'm trying to remember what is the name of the it's
Which one?
it's the boss that you fight by turning on the nitrogen.
Oh, you
You
mean
f-
the
is it Vertigo?
Verdugo? Verdugo.
Oh, oh, okay, yeah. That fight was terrifying.
Oh God, tell me about it. Like, when I remember how I told you I did like a run without healing.
Oh yeah, that would have been the part where I died right there.
Oh
That would
yeah,
have that would have ended it all.
one or two hits just gets you, and I was playing on normal.
Dang. Okay, so the no healing item run, does it have to be normal? Or can you do it on easy?
Oh, you can do it in like any difficulty you want. I just thought
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh, you know what? It's the games. I've unlocked a lot of shit. I got powerful weapons. Shouldn't be too bad.
and then you
Cancer.
got there.
Yeah, that and the double Garador fight.
Yeah, see the double Guardor fight. I got really lucky. Also, but like just to preface this, I played on easy because I suck, and I had I didn't really have any use for my grenades up until that point. So
Yeah.
I just had 20 grenades, and I was just throwing them like candy at a Mardi Gras parade. And I think in that entire room, I had to fire one bullet, and
Wow,
that was
that's
just
nice.
yeah, and that was just to put the last one more hit in on the Gyarados. It was the there was one regular one and one heavily armored one, right?
Yeah,
That's how it was. The heavily armored one was still standing, and I snuck behind him and I put a sniper rifle round in his back.
sounds legit.
Which the M6 was that game was that gun in the original RE4? Because I don't remember it.
Uh, the M6. Let me see.
Hold on. That's not the right name. Hold on. Let's see. There's, there's, I'm not. I'm gonna let you look at. It's the last rifle you can unlock.
Last rifle. Shotgun's rifle. The semi. It was a semi. I know rifles in the OG one was basically the regular and some and the semi-auto.
Yeah, the Stingray, right? That was in the original.
Yeah, I think they just renamed it because it was just semi-auto rifle in the OG one.
Yeah. So one of the new guns, I thought it's basically an M16. And I bought it and sold all my. I sold my SMG to the merchant, thinking that it was going to be a machine gun,
Yeah.
and it was just a new rifle. And let me tell you, that rifle, crisp. That is a crisp gun. I loved it a lot.
I haven't tried it yet. I'm currently since last time I just like I told you I saved up all my money by the infinite rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing a pistols only run because that's one of the little achievements you have to do.
Oh, so just a pistol the whole game?
Just the pistols. So I basically just bought every pistol and I'm just kind of like trying them out. I'm leveling them up just to, like get a feel for them.
I'm assuming a Magnum doesn't count as a pistol in this thing,
No,
right?
magnums don't count.
Oh man,
That
I
would
was
be
trying to find those loopholes.
that would be a little too easy.
Uh, hold on, I just had a thought. Crap. Oh, so remember so we were talking the other day, and you told me that you had bought a rocket launcher just to skip the first phase of the Sadler fight.
Yeah.
I did that too, and as soon as I got the chance, I was like, "Oh, you're you're done." I shot the rocket launcher, missed, and I was like,
No.
I wasted so much money when the rocket just kept going instead of exploding. I was like, I can't believe it. I'm so, and the last remake that came out was an RE3 remake, and I streamed that whole thing,
Yeah,
and I don't think I ever had a mishap like that. And I played this on my Steam Deck, which uh, we'll talk about performance in a minute.
yeah.
Emily was asleep next to me, and I looked at her sleeping next to me. I was like, I'm so glad you're not awake because that would have been disappointing for everybody involved.
That's fair. That's fair. How do you find the like? Well, since you have to fight him legit afterwards, how do you think the last boss fight was?
Okay, so I don't remember how the original boss fight went because I haven't gotten to that part in the original Resident Evil in so long. Matter of fact, here I've got my Switch right here next to me. I'm gonna see uh, if I have Resident Evil 4 installed on it because I kind of have a hankering to go back and play the original just from where I was because I think we talked about this on the episode that we did for first impressions, but I replayed the original 4 not that long ago, and
Yeah.
I got to the part where you're on the lift and you have to keep shooting them while the lift is going up. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, the sky, basically the skylift per se.
Yes, that part. I got frustrated because I kept dying on that part, and I never continued on from there. Uh, where was I going with this? Do you know?
I don't know. I was asking you how did you find like the final fight, and then you started telling me about
Okay.
the
Yeah.
skylift.
Okay. Okay. I got it. I know where I'm at now. So, uh, so the final fight, I don't remember how the original went. Oh, the Switch is loud. Hold on. But I can tell you that from what I played on this, that I mean, it was pretty good. Basically, you just have to go around it's kind of like a squarish area, and you have to keep shooting little eyeballs, and every now and then he'll spawn some enemies that you have to kill. I mean, it's nothing crazy. Uh, and then at the end of it, he surrounds you with all of his tentacles, and you have to shoot him with the rocket launcher A that gives you.
Yeah.
Uh, but that's actually a good place to jump off of. What what did you think of the updated boss fights in this game? Because I loved every single boss encounter that this game has.
Um. Yeah, I think I liked it. I think like one of the few things I wanted a little bit more clear was the Salazar fight. When he did the spit breath, since I was playing on a higher difficulty, I kind of wish they had the sound cue before he starts spitting,
Yeah, that's fair.
because often like the sound cue came afterwards, and I was like, what's the point in like having that sound if I'm not gonna be able to dodge it or anything?
Yeah, and that I will say, other than the the spit breath part, that fight was definitely one of the fights where when it started, I was like, oh no, this is different. I don't like it. Uh,
Yeah.
but after like that's how every boss fight started, because most of them were different in some way, other than the village elder. His fight was pretty one for one from the original Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Uh,
The Lago was also basically the same thing.
yeah, Delago was the same, but Delago I felt was a lot easier in the remake than in the original 4.
I feel that's mostly because they took away so many of the QTEs.
That, and I feel it was just in the original. Okay, so even in the jump from Resident Evil 4 to 5, you saw a really big difference in how the game controlled.
Oh yeah.
Five just felt a lot easier to control, and I think that was a big problem of Resident Evil 4 is because you had to look around to figure out where he was coming at, like where he was coming from. And I think in the remake they did a really good job of really letting coming from. You didn't have to really search for him.
Yeah. To be fair, that kind of made him a little too predictable, because one of the little challenges you have is you have to beat him without missing a harpoon.
Oh no, no, not doing it.
Yeah, it took me forever. It took me like an hour to do it, get it right. But
Listen, my
when
go
I
ahead, go
did
ahead.
when I did get it done, it basically like remember the first time he charges at you?
Yes,
Yeah, that's when I killed him.
nice. Yeah, I threw again like I was in a Mardi Gras parade. I was throwing harpoons constantly. I don't care if I saw them or not. I was just throwing them, so I would have absolutely failed that challenge.
Oh, do not worry, dude. That was just it was a pain to do, anyways.
So, is when you say a challenge, is that just like a challenge you set for yourself, or was that like a side quest, or was it an achievement?
You know how like they have little if you press start the game, it shows you like return game, load game, extras, and then afterwards challenges,
Yes.
and those give you like little points.
Uh huh.
Yeah, those that's what I mean with challenges.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I'm not doing that. No. Uh,
To be fair, that was one of the more annoying ones to do.
I actually right now the remake is uninstalled on my Steam Deck just because I needed some space for the Last of Us remake that does not work right now.
Fun.
And yeah, and that's some again, we're gonna talk about performance in a little bit. But when I do reinstall Resident Evil 4 remake, oh my god, I plan like I'm probably gonna reinstall when Mercenaries comes out because I'm so excited about that. You know, there's the leak that we're not gonna talk about it just in case people don't want to know what characters are gonna be there. Uh, but I'm really excited for what's coming, and uh, I think we've was there any other particular boss fights that you wanted to talk about?
Let me go back. I like. I was a little annoyed with a double El Gigante fight because
I
it
could
was
not dunk him in the lava.
yeah, because that was my main issue. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, they made him like a little smarter, but they made him like I feel they made him too smart to the point where like I it took me like 5 tries to actually get one to walk into the lava. And I mean, when I mean 5 tries, I mean like I died or just kind of got bored and tried again afterwards.
So, is there an achievement where you have to dunk him in the lava?
Actually, it's funny enough, the challenge is not to dunk them in the lava.
Okay, well, I got that. I got that challenge then because I never got them in the lava. Uh, what happened was, is I killed the unarmored one by myself because Luis was not helping, and
He was keeping the other one at bay.
and then the second one, the little event where he drops the dynamite on the other one. After that, I shot him one more time, and the other one died.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I never dunked him in the lava. So funny enough, my lack of skill got me a challenge.
Yeah. What I was also like, what I was a little saddened by, like they didn't add, like I don't know if you remember, like little, like I told you about, like remember how like before you could like shoot the lago, I mean shoot the water in the lake before you kill the lago, and he just comes out and kills you.
Yeah.
I kind of sad that they didn't put those as like little challenges. Just like I know
Yeah,
it's like dying is not exactly like the smartest thing to do, but
we
it's
saved right before.
yeah. I mean the game autosaves for you like all the time.
Yeah, which I'm actually really glad they do that because there is a later game where you go pretty good distances between saves,
Oh yeah.
and I know for sure I would have been really annoyed if I was stuck to just typewriter saves.
You know, honestly, like the typewriters are like close enough to the point that I feel like it's not too bad at all. Like same with immersion. Sometimes like I don't know if like you've how much of Dark Souls you played.
Very Dark Souls, not a whole lot, and I'm about halfway through Elden Ring right now. I just got on top of the mountain.
Yeah. No, but mostly I go for like the issue is Dark Souls 3. They put like a lot of checkpoints really close together to the point it was like, what's the point?
Hmm.
And sometimes I feel like a bit like that with the merchant and the typewriters because some of those are like hilariously close by, especially once you like since you unlock like little ways back to them.
Yeah, and well, I mean, Elden Ring was kind of weird about it because sometimes they were really short, close together, and then sometimes I was like, "Would you please, for the love of God, give me a checkpoint?"
Yeah, but let's stick with Resident Evil before we go on a tangent.
You know what? You know what? We should do the From Software catalog on one of these reviews.
If you want to, dude, I already basically played Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Elden Ring, and Sekiro and Bloodborne to completion.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. I found out this little thing called mods, Leo, and there are for every. I'm pretty sure every Souls game you can get on PC, there's an easy mode mod, and it's great. It's so good. That being okay, I got through a lot of Elden Ring on my own. Just I was the is it astrologer? Is that the spellcaster?
Yeah.
I got through a lot of it on my own, and then I got to the boss in the academy. Anyway, we're going too far into this. We'll get into this another time. Back to Resident Evil.
I told you not to go too deep into that hole.
I know, but I kept seeing lights. I had to go investigate. But okay, Resident Evil. We're talking about Resident Evil. Okay, yeah, we're talking about the merchant. There's actually a
Yeah.
merchant that I didn't figure out how to get to, so I just gave up and I didn't go to him. It was the one where you first encounter the bugs, and you're in that big room with all.
Yeah.
I never figured out how to get to that merchant. I tried to open the
Oh,
door and it didn't work, and then
you
I just opened the big door and walked out.
you really want me to ruin that one for you?
Oh, I don't care. It'll be a while before I go back and replay the game.
Oh yeah, to get to that one, all you have to do is like after you finish like the double gigante fight and you go back into the mansion, into the castle.
Uh, yeah.
Before you take the lift to the clock tower, that's where that merchant is.
Huh. Well, that's stupid.
It just unlocks the way back, so you can so you can do like so you can go back to the throne room and stuff like that.
Yeah. So before we move on even further, I just want to also talk to people about performance on this game. It's immaculate. It is
It
so
is
good.
amazing how amazing this thing runs. Like I have like not have like a hiccup or stutter or anything.
I know. And when I did the chainsaw demo, it honestly made me worry because before the demo, I had zero worries because the RE engine is just a beast. I've ran RE2, 3, every RE engine game, besides Devil May Cry 5, which I haven't played yet, has
Devil
run
May Cry
ran.
5 runs amazing.
Yeah, and it's actually on my backlog. I just got to get to it, but right, my backlog is all messed up because I plan on playing Last of Us, but Last of Us was like absolute crap. And Naughty Dog is saying they're gonna fix it, but who's to say? So I started playing Yakuza Zero. Have you ever played the Yakuza games?
I have not played any of them, but I heard they're really good.
But so far, I like it. It's imagine if imagine Metal Gear Solid, but you're a Yakuza, and there's hardly any guns so far. It's just a whole lot of beating the crap out of people.
Yeah, that sounds fun. It is fun
Uh,
to beat the crap out of people.
but yes. Anyway, but when I first played the Resident Evil 4 demo, there were a lot of issues. It didn't run too great, and I remember the first time I loaded into it, there was this weird graphical glitch where there was just these black squares all over the screen, and I was really worried. But loading into Resident Evil 4 Remake, I never had once. The game crashed once, and that was when you go you go through the tunnel that leads to all the shacks where they first start throwing dynamite sticks at you.
Oh, the fun part.
Yeah, and I had one crash there, but other than that, the frame rate was pretty smooth, uh, around 40 to 50 frames per second. Never had a part where I like the frame rate dipped into unplayable. I mean, it's just incredible. And the game. I didn't have to tone any settings down. I started the game and it worked, which is all I ask for. Because the Steam Deck, it's not a super powerful machine, but it can run most games, you know, with low to medium settings, and the older games are high. But the fact that this game plays as well as it does and looked as good as it did, bravo, Capcom. Shame on you, Naughty Dog.
Yeah, like this is honestly like my this has honestly been like my favorite game engine to like play games on like forever.
I know, dude, because it looks so good.
It not only does it look good, it runs really well. Like
Yeah.
my PC, like my I don't have a high end PC. Like I built my PC, but like I don't have high end parts or anything. But the fact that I can play the game, actually like turn the settings up a little bit, and it still look amazing and run butter smooth. I can't ask for more.
How old is your computer?
Um, well, I've been buying pieces like here and there, like almost every
Oh,
year.
okay, I got
So,
you. I got you. Got you. You see, I've got and it's an Alienware 17R4 that I bought with my first tax return as a father,
oh,
and yeah, so that was and okay, so he was born in 2016, so I would have used my 2017 tax return for this, and I actually have to buy a new charger for it because the old chargers kind of crapped out on me. So
yeah.
I'm really interested to see once that new charger comes in. I want to see how RE4 runs on my. Let me do math. Eight. I said 2017. This is 2023. This is my 8 year. No, no. Why am I 6 year old laptop? Can
I think it should run
how
just fine, really.
yeah, and that's just how good Capcom's engine here is. That they just need to keep innovating on this engine. Never change. Never change, Capcom.
No, keep innovating.
Nope. Nope, because that's how you get Last of Us Part 1 not working on the Steam Deck.
To be fair, I don't really trust any other company to like make good like console to PC ports.
Now, okay, so the Dead Space remake, the launch was bad. I'll say that. Launch day was bad.
Look, I
Hogwarts
love that remake, but honestly, like it looks amazing and everything. But and I played through like the whole game once, twice, and my main issue is that even at lowest setting, I cannot get it to run over 30 frames per second. Give me 1 second.
Oh, sound like you had some
Hello?
jams going. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we
Never mind.
are
Just a random spam call.
uh, yeah, see, Dead Space remake, it actually ran pretty well on the Steam Deck, and that was because I'm pretty sure this is true. Anybody can fact check me, I won't care. Uh, the day, pretty much the morning after, because the day one running on the Steam Deck, I gave up because I was so frustrated. Every time, well, first off, the first time I booted into the game, I couldn't even get too far. The second boot in, every time I walked into a new room, there was about 30 seconds of stuttering, and there's a lot of rooms in Dead Space. And
Oof.
Valve came in pretty quick, and they put out a Steam Deck update that made it work better. And yeah, so I mean, there's been a lot of PC ports this year. The Last of Us, Hogwarts Legacy, and Dead Space are the ones that I can really think of right now. And I'm hoping that the fixes are as fast as those first two games were, because Dead Space took about a day, maybe two, to finally get the performance evened out. Hogwarts Legacy is pretty quick too. So I'm hoping that Naughty Dog can, really put the foot on the gas and get this port, sorted. Because I mean, Capcom's just putting them to shame right now, all of them.
Do you know what graphic engine it's using?
Last of Us,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, I'm asking you, like, what graphic engine is it using?
Oh, I don't know. Let me Google it.
Because like usually, oh, what's the name? The one Epic uses.
Unreal.
Yeah, the Unreal Engine is really badly optimized for PC.
They are using the play. Well, I'm not sure this probably isn't for the PC port. On PC. It just shows the Naughty Dog engine.
Oh, they might have had their own proprietary engine.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, basically. Like,
I mean, I honestly just tried to play with the subpar frame rate yesterday, and just getting through the opening part of the game,
oh,
and
you poor
the
soul.
the frame rate was it was hanging around 30, but there are a lot of dips where you go down towards 20, and there are people that are saying they're getting 40, and those people are liars. And the problem was that the character I had to turn the graphic settings so far down that the characters' faces weren't right. And I couldn't that's what I couldn't get past. I couldn't do it because I love The Last of Us too much to do that.
That's fair.
Uh there's actually a lot of graphical glitches that if you just search up Last of Us Part 1 graphical glitches, there are some really bad ones. Really bad. Uh
Ugh.
So getting back to Resident Evil, we got off on a tangent there again. Uh, so we talked about the boss fights. We talked about overall thoughts on it.
Yeah.
I think the main thing that we should a few things that I want to go back and talk about. Uh, what did you think of the Krauser boss fight?
The Krauser one? Um,
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I kind of missed the timing. Like just like the timer, just like, oh, you gotta beat me before this whole place blows up.
See, okay, I liked because and correct me if again, I didn't get to this part in the original RE4 when I replayed it. Krauser didn't kill Luis, right? In the
No,
original,
it was
yeah, it was
Sadler,
like a
and
10.
it was Sadler, and it was just after you rescue Ashley.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Uh, so that first fight in the mine was really good, I thought. And then
Yeah.
was the fight that multi-layered in the second fight where you had multiple phases like the remake had?
Oh, you mean like the whole runs through the little trap area?
Well, yeah, the whole thing. Like, was it that? Did it have that many phases in the original?
It did have like little runs through the like the little ruins where he set up all the traps. That did happen.
Yeah, I
And
didn't. I just. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, like the main big change really is like basically just the arm.
Are you talking about how he had two of them?
Yeah,
Yeah. Whenever his second arm transformed, I was like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to do that.
yeah. Not gonna lie, I was kind of laughing because they obviously used the same model as well, not the same model, but like they made it look like Soul Edge again.
Look like who?
Oh, if you look at his sword arm, it looks like Soul Edge from Soul Calibur.
Gonna see that. So thank you for that.
Hey, it's just like a little thing you notice because like if you play Devil May Cry, like the original sort of Sparta is basically like a retextured Soul Edge.
Nice. Well, that's another one we could do. Devil May Cry review. Just put that in the little notes.
Sure. Of course, we have to
Uh
go through the best one, too.
oh, I thought you were gonna say DMC.
Honestly, DMC is not that bad.
See, you've actually come around on that one because I remember when DMC came out, you did not like it.
Oh, I hate it as a Devil May Cry game.
Yeah, I remember.
It's just a decent game. It's a good game, but it's not a good Devil May Cry game. Like character wise.
Yeah, that's fair. And see, and the ranking, I feel like that's Resident Evil. I feel like that's why people are gonna get mad at me because some of these are like, is RE6 a better Resident Evil game than the original RE2? No, but is it a better game? Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Uh, which speaking, I've got to tell you, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, I got the Steam key for it, but
Yeah.
I am just I. You said there's a workaround that you had found to get it to work. If you could send that to me, that would be great because the
I mean, I
ones that
know
I've
one for PC, but I don't know about the Steam Deck.
Well, from what I've found, from what I've seen, I need to find a way to cancel out games for Windows Live, and that's pretty much where I'm hanging right now.
Yeah, I remember just searching through the forums for like a long while trying to look that up. I honestly I don't remember how I did it, but yeah, it was a pain to do. I'll
Yeah,
give you that much.
and I really wish Capcom would get on it because they just now, like a few weeks ago, got rid of games for Windows Live and Resident Evil 5. Uh, so I'm wishing they would kind of pick up the pace a
Yeah.
little bit, but
To be fair, I don't think that they care too much because it was honestly kind of hated.
but it's not okay. Here's the thing: Operation Raccoon City. I played a little bit on my Xbox. It's not that bad.
Oh, I like the game too. Like I find it kind of fun, but like I
I
know like
like
people, I know a lot of people hated that one.
Yeah, and I mean when it came out, I didn't like it too much either. But I was okay when this game came out. Operation Raccoon City was before 6, right?
Um, yeah, if I remember right, yeah.
So I was in high school, so I didn't know a damn thing back then.
To be fair, I feel we come around to a lot of games we wouldn't have played otherwise.
Yeah, and the thing is, I got through. I didn't like Operation Raccoon City, but now I like it, and now I like RE6 and the Leon campaign. But last night, it could also very well be the fact that I just finished Resident Evil 4 remake. I cannot bring myself to play through Chris's campaign. I can't do it. I can't do it. Do you understand me? I tried so hard, and I was like, if I'm gonna play Resident Evil right now, I just want to go back to Resident Evil 4 remake,
Oh
or
my god.
one of the 2 or 3 remake. But I don't want to play this.
To be fair, like the one campaign I really hated was Sherry's campaign.
Yeah, I tried that one too, and I was like, nope.
And no, like the only reason I didn't like it was because when I got to I think their second level in the snow, it made my eyes hurt so much, dude. Like I could not, like I finished that. I was like, I'm going to bed. Screw this.
I actually I gave up on 6, and I just looked up some story details, and when I put the ranking in, did you see the ranking I had for Resident Evil 6 when I seen the spreadsheet?
Oh, I didn't wanna spoil myself yet.
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil this one part. I forget the actual name for the character, the monster that chased you in Jake's campaign. But
Um,
I put Nemesis Light.
Nemesis Light, Nemesis point oh.
Mm. Which is still better than Nemesis.
Oh
But yes,
man.
I, I I think this is a good place to end it. I think uh, if you had to give a 4 remake a score out of 10, what would you give it?
I read 9 out of 10. No, I would probably give it a 10 out of 10. Like as a game, as far as the game
Yeah.
goes, it's just running. It's running on all cylinders. It knows what it's doing. I do miss some of the cheese, but it's damn good.
Well, there was still some cheese in there.
Oh yeah. No, there's still some cheese, but I just kind of I miss it. No thanks, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm right there with you. This game's a 10, and I'm pretty like it's gonna take another playthrough of the Resident Evil 2 remake to really, you know, get me to put a place on it. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be number one on the list, and it's probably gonna be number one on the list for a long time.
Fair.
So thanks for listening, everybody, and we will see you next time. See you, buddy.
See ya, man. Hope you're good.